this cover for the indicators and what have you isn't square to the instrument binnacle. See, it's tight here, but there's a gap here. So I know it's finicky, but when you're driving along, you see this. You see what I mean? It's just an annoying little thing, but I'll fix that today. Now hopefully we can take the steering wheel off and just correct that. But you can see that a bit of annoyance there, and let's walk around to the steering itself and we can follow this through by turning the shaft. There's no play in the shaft, it's the steering box, and the actual nut we need to adjust is under there. So I'm going to do this properly. I'm going to take off the alternator and take this off, and then we'll gain access to it and do this properly. There's no play in the ball joints or anything like that. I know I've just been underneath and checked, but we can do a couple of things at once. We can take the steering wheel off, do the column and things like that. Another thing we've got to adjust, the bonnet pull here, it needs adjusting. It's pulling too much cable out. Really easy to do. 7mm, socket on there, pull it through with a pair of pliers, job done. Other than that, looking nice and tidy. I was quite kind of pleased that over the last 6 months when I painted that silver, it more likely came off with a bit of rust rather than burning off. I was quite pleased with that. I should make a better job of it next time, I suppose. You know, like sandblast it and mess about. But all the rest of it looks quite nice. Removing the steering wheel is an absolute joy on the TDI. You don't need any special tools like that. You only need is a screwdriver to whip the badge out, and a 7/8. Is it 7/8 socket? I think it's a 7/8. Yeah, 7/8 socket. That's it. Then you sit in the car. Oh, it's very hot today. I've got my tight trousers on, which I shouldn't really be wearing. Then pull it side to side, and off it comes like that. Yeah. So I'm going to take the screws out of here. And I think what's gone wrong is the clamp that holds this on isn't square. Now that could have been done by the last owner, because I don't really understand that. Anyway, you can see it's different screws. It's got a Phillips screw there and a flathead there. There's nearly more flatheads. Yeah, I'll get a Phillips and pull that off, and then we'll have a look. Well, a couple of little things. It had this, well, what do you call it? Is it a sensor? It goes for the security alarm. When you've got a key fob, this talks to the key fob, or the key fob talks to this and makes the alarm work. But we've sort of disabled most of the alarm, and when we've got the keys here, well, we didn't get a key fob with it. So this, now, I'm not sure if it's an aftermarket set of instruments. I haven't been in here before, but somebody's made a right pig's ear of this wiring here. I don't know how they've managed to do that. But I'm going to sort that out. You see down here? Like I said, I haven't had this cowling off before. And another thing is that this this notch where the instruments goes on, this one here, it isn't quite in the right place. It's just turned round a little bit. So instead of disconnecting everything, and they've snapped the bolt off here for the bottom cowling. Talking about the cowling, those are the bolts that were in it. These are the proper ones. So it's had all sorts of different sizes, different heads. I'm going to replace those with the proper bolts. I keep those in stock because they're always missing. I'm going to sort that wiring out and find out why that is tilted. I'm not really sure why. It doesn't make any sense. Let me look into it. There's the old wires tidied up. I can't understand why they did this pig's ear of a job. I don't know. You know, beggars belief sometimes what people do. So what I've simply done is I've put the plug onto here, twisted, soldered, heat shrink, and then taped up the wires so they look pretty neat. I took the little Dremel and cut a wee slot in the steering column. and then I could rotate the instrument, the stalks a little bit to get in the right place. Why that was, I don't know. I had a look under the dash and there was no way to turn it. So has it been poorly assembled in the factory? Wouldn't surprise me. So now we're going to assemble this cowling. I've got some new screws. These are M5 by 40, and the screw for the bottom, which I actually got out but I don't know where I've put it now, the one that goes right underneath here is an M5 by 12, and I've put a washer on it to spread the weight because it's got a slot in it there, look, you see. In fact, that washer's just that little bit too big. Oh, what a cock! This looks like a replacement one. It looks like a brick part one. Wait a minute. Oh, there's no room actually to put a washer, look. I don't know, I sometimes lose faith. Well, anyway, this is going to be a nice job now, so that's done. I'll box this together, back up together, and we'll have a look at it. Well, that looks a lot better. You know, when you sort of look down the centre of the steering wheel, you can see this corner and this corner now. I know it's trivial, but the amount of crap that I see that people just bolt together and everything's all cockeyed. Now, one thing I want to tell you, when you put those M40 screws in, not these ones, but I don't know whether there's a decent one. Oh, like that one. They go in the cowling underneath. On the early cars, do not over tighten them. There's a little plastic captive nut in the top, and you'll pull it out, and then you can't get it back in again. You mess about with it. The later ones, they extended the tubes and brought them right down into the bottom, and then it was just held in with self-tappers, which is a lot better idea. Right, so that's that done. I've still got that bit of play here. Let's take that out. Sometimes things are really simple. The joint's not tight here. Look at that. Can we tighten it? I've got the wheel jacked up. I don't know if you can see that. Yeah, the pinch bolt's loose there. Let's get that tightened up. Not sure if you can see this. If I turn the steering wheel and turn the wheel at the same time, you can see it's absolutely positive now. Look at that. Can you see? Lovely. Now, I didn't see that because it was under the intake hose. There's a problem sometimes left-hand drive, you can't see what's going on. Well, at least we've solved it, and it didn't cost anything, that's good. I'm just going to box it all back up because tomorrow I want to do a bit of a run around in this because I finally got my insurance for it, so I want to take it for a drive and see what it's like. You know, like, I really wanted to get that dash done because it was really annoying me, and yeah, make it look nice, you know. But we've got a couple of little things that's not quite right. I noticed on the engine there's I think one of the spill return pipes is not tight, or it's either the copper washer. There's a bit of weeping. The injector's tight. Don't know about that. Have to have a look at that. That's a job for another day, but let's get some miles on this.